Video games, well, they're awesome. Music, also awesome. So clearly putting the two together would also be awesome, right? Well, yeah, of course. Did you think I was gonna rug pull you on this one? Music and video games are perfect for each other. The people who make video games know that too, which is why a lot of game franchises or games like Elden Ring have amazing soundtracks. But what if you wanted to listen to your music and play video games? And by your music, I mean music that you like, not music you make. Well, that takes a certain kind of game. While you definitely could listen to the dulcet sounds of corn while playing Baldur's Gate 3, there are better games for it. So this was all just a really long way of saying what you already knew from the video title. I'm covering games that you can jam out to your favorite tunes while playing. I'm going to be looking at games where listening to music won't put you at a major disadvantage, and I'm also not giving any extra credit for built-in music, though I may mention it if it's good. Also, just because I feature a game here doesn't mean I think the game is perfect, it just means that the gameplay lends itself well to music. This is also such a vague category of game that there is no way I'm even scratching the surface with just one video. So I'm probably going to do a few videos on this topic, which means drop your suggestions in the comments. I'm eager to hear what you guys not only play, but listen to as well. Anyways, that's enough preamble, let's get into it. Now, as we get into the first game, I want to know, although these games are all great to listen to music while playing, I won't be able to play any of my favorite tunes here today because of copyright infringement and all that. With that out of the way, our first game is Diablo, Diablo 4 specifically in the background. So what makes Diablo such a good game to jam out to while playing? Well, the first thing that lends itself nicely to the music is the energy of engagements. The combat is very frenetic and dynamic, with yes, a lot going on, but none of it requiring your full attention. That's great when listening to music, and something a lot of the games here today will do. It really is something to blast my favorite rock songs while hordes of demons and other nasty foes fall at my feet. Additionally, while the game does have a story and side quests, once you've completed it in the case of Diablo 4, it's done, you can skip it. Another nicety to music listeners is the ability to fast travel to town pretty much whenever you want to, as long as you're not in a fight. This is great, especially when you're playing hardcore, because if I want to tweak my character build, instead of pausing my music and nervously going through the menus, keeping an ear out to make sure I'm not getting attacked, I can just go to town, keep my tunes going, and work on the build. All in all, although Diablo 4 isn't a masterpiece, it's all too easy to lose hours of your time while blasting it to your favorite tunes. Now, the next game I'll be looking at here is kind of interesting because, one, although I'll be looking at one game in particular, a lot of games in its genre could work here, and two, what the game is about has already been getting mixed with music before video games were even a thing. That's right, I'm talking about racing games, Forza Horizon specifically. This whole genre is really a no-brainer, as driving in real life is often a music-filled affair, where you've typically got something playing, if not blasting. Forza Horizon games are particularly well suited to grooving out while racing. I mean, the games come jam-packed with a bunch of great tunes, and those typically take me months to get tired of. But once I do, there's no issue with playing my own tunes. In-game sounds that you need to keep an ear out for, like when you need to shift, are distinct and really are only overwhelmed by music if I'm playing the music too loud. Another nice thing about Forza Horizon specifically is how well optimized the game is. It runs on anything from a 2013 Xbox to a modest PC. You might be asking yourself, that doesn't have anything to do with listening to music much. Why even bring up the performance? Well, that's because good optimization and performance means you can have your music playing app of choice open on your machine with only a light impact to your performance. This is great, because I know for some people, when playing a graphically good-looking game, you have to make the choice between the game or another open app, because running both just would not work and tank your performance. But not for Forza Horizon 5. It does not matter if you're running like an old 970 or a 6th gen Intel. Forza Horizon is going to look great and look great while your tunes are playing. It can be easy to just start listening to music and forget to start any races because you've lost yourself in the open world and the beats. If you decide to check it out and you haven't before, do try one of the Forza playlists, one of their radio stations, because who knows, you might just find your next favorite song to game to. All right. Let's keep things moving though, because we're looking at 5 games here today. Let's take a look at our next title, Minecraft. This one I feel like could be pretty self-explanatory, but I'm still gonna explain. Minecraft can be a very time-consuming game, and one of the things that will likely eat a player's time are large projects. Like completely flattening an island or recreating the Empire State Building. Just, little casual things Minecraft players do. Though not everyone's preferred way to play, a lot of enjoyment can be derived from buckling down and making something big. Additionally, a lot of time can be invested in these projects, and while yes, the in-game music is good, great even, I don't want to listen to it on loop for several hours while I'm building. This is where music, in my opinion, becomes a necessity. It can keep you productive and relaxed when working on the monotony of placing block after block. Of course, that's not the only way in which Minecraft can lend itself well to your listening. Exploring and spelunking become second nature to an experienced player, and thus music in the background isn't going to be much of a distraction. Additionally, at least for me, playing music stops this game from being a horror game now that I can't hear the cave noises, which scare the piss out of me. All in all, Minecraft is whatever you want it to be, and if you want it to be a game you can jam out to, then it is. Alright. I know Forza and especially Minecraft are softballs. So let's talk about a game that might surprise some people, Destiny 2. But before I delve into that, I want to just point out how phenomenal the original Destiny 2 soundtrack is. I'm going to go on a rant or a tangent here. They absolutely made the right call replacing Paul McCartney. Yes, the Paul McCartney with Michael Salvatore. And I don't even know if the song is still in the game, but if you've not heard it, look up Journey. It's an emotionally poignant orchestral piece that brings to mind Halo 2's remarkable Never Forget by Martin O'Donnell. But I digress. Why is Destiny 2 such a great game to listen to your music while playing? Well, it's because the core gameplay loop of Destiny 2 has you repeating activities. And, well, yes, these activities in the game overall can be well voice acted. Once you've heard the voice acting a dozen something times, you're not keen to hear it again. So, that's when I recommend putting on those good vibrations. I don't know what it is about Bungie, but they've got a way of making gameplay feel natural. When I used to grind out strikes, it was genuinely elevated when natural cohesion of my team mixed with the variety of Destiny's enemy encounters, and I could just do that while jamming out to my favorite rock or electric tunes. It's definitely one of those things where the music isn't just something you have playing over your game, but something you're making a part of the game experience. And so while Destiny 2 isn't everyone's kind of game, if it's yours, I highly recommend putting on some of your favorite energetic music. You will not regret it. That brings me to the last game on my list today, Elite Dangerous. Now, I'm going to briefly summarize this game, as unlike the other titles I've covered today, it's not a AAA game. Elite Dangerous is a space simulator, and a very fleshed out one at that. It takes place in a procedurally generated 1-to-1 scale of the Milky Way. The scope of this title is absolutely tremendous, with complete player freedom to play the game however they want. Want to be a bounty hunter? No problem. Fly to a busy area and scan people for bounties on their ship. Want to be a miner? Put some mining lasers on your ship and head to an asteroid field. Joining the Navy, smuggling illicit goods, hunting elusive alien vessels, and exploring truly undiscovered places, it's all a part of the experience. But most importantly for the context of this video, it all takes time. You can't just teleport to wherever you want. You've got to fly there, and that's core to the experience. These flights can be as short as a few minutes, but the longer you play, the more likely you're going to find yourself currently in transit. That's where we finally get to the music. In my opinion, if you intend to go into trading, mining, or exploration, you need to listen to music for the sake of your sanity. The in-game music is fine, but there is not enough of it for the amount of time you'll likely spend in this game. And if this is starting to sound like a flaw for the game, it's not. In my opinion, these realities really help sell the experience. See, by being forced to travel a lot, it helps to sell the immersion, much more than in a game like Starfield, where you can just travel to wherever you need to. And in my opinion, having the desire to put on music while flying, because it's time-consuming and kind of boring at times, that makes it more immersive, because that's something I would actually do if I had to fly a spaceship for a significant amount of time. I'd definitely be putting on my favorite playlist. It's really hard to quantify, but just trust me, it can really help with the sense of escapism. Now, none of this is to mention that playing music during combat can provide a pretty similar sensation to playing music during like Diablo or Destiny. In any event, if you want a grounded and chill space game to relax and listen to some music to, you should really give Elite Dangerous a shot. So, what do you guys think? Was this a pretty good selection to start with for the series? What games do you want to see next time? Let me know in the comments below. This is definitely not an exhaustive list, and I'm eager to try what you guys recommend. Now, before I end the video, I want to mention some things about the channel since it seems like people are actually watching. If you don't care about channel stuff, then you can just end the video here, and you have my gratitude for watching. Thank you so much. Okay, so on to channel stuff. First, thank you all so much for the kind words and the encouragement. I make these videos because I want to hopefully entertain and inform you guys. And so all of these wonderful and kind comments have really just been so great to see. Really, guys, I'm just blown away so much. Thank you. The second thing I want to bring up is if you're watching this video, it's because your peers voted for it. I was working on 2 scripts at the same time, so I decided to run a poll on which video to make first, and this video won. I'm honestly totally taken off guard that enough people voted for the poll to be worthwhile. But either way, going forward, if I'm ever working on multiple scripts at the same time, I'll put up a poll on the channel, and then you guys can vote on what you want to see next. Anyways, that's all I wanted to add. Again, thank you guys so much for the support and the feedback. I promise to try putting out better and better content for you guys as I learn the ropes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.